Hello everybody. So I just did I did it separate, the Hallelujah, Leonard Cohen. I did it before this, so if you want to learn the lesson, you gotta watch it first. I wanted to do it separate. Anytime I find one that I really like doing it separate and putting it out there by itself, and then come back and do the lesson. Okay, so we got more lights. That should solve all problems. It's actually quite funny. The lamp I had over there, I went and picked up a 150 watt bulb for that, and then that LED light, I made a light box, and then all I did is get one of those plastic containers from the dollar store, if anyone's interested. Put the light in there, piece of wax paper over it, mounted it to my tripod with a curtain rod. That way I can just stick it in there, I can adjust the height, and actually works pretty good. We'll see. But I think that solves, as long as I don't point it up too much, I think that solves. All the shadows are gone, and everything's lit up pretty good now, so might fine-tune it a little bit more as we go, but we'll see. But that's it for talking, because this is a lot to learn. How's that angle? Okay. So chords, we got your D, got your B minor, 2-1 open. We've got an A, which is 1 open 1. We got a G, which is 3-1 open. We've got an F sharp, which is 2-2-2, and then we've got this A something. I don't know what it is, but what we play is 1-2 open. It sounds bad by itself, but once it's in the song, you'll see where it goes. I can't really see what's going on here. Come up a little bit. Okay, so a lot of this song is going to actually be in your right hand, in your picking hand. And there's a lot of, even though we're strumming it, there's a lot of, I talked before about using your wrist when you're playing. You do a lot in this song. This is actually my second time recording this. I recorded it all the same day as I did Where'd You Sleep Last Night? Where'd You Sleep? Is that the song? In the Pines, in the Pines. Yeah, I recorded the same day, and I said at the end of that video, I didn't know if I was going to do it, because I don't know if it was ready, and it wasn't ready. I rewatched it. I think I watched 2 minutes, like, no, I'm not ready to do that yet. That's part of the reason why I did the first video by itself, the song by itself. That way, if I screw it up, I've got that done. I don't have to redo it. But anyways, we're on to the lesson now. Oh yeah. So a lot of everything is based off your 2nd fret on your low string. You come back to that note over and over again, and that's where it starts. So it starts the D, B minor, G, and A. And those are the chords you're going to be using for your chorus. So you start on the 4. And then to do this, when you start slower, like the first verse, and you kind of build it up, right? And I just talked about in this videos before, we're really only playing the low and the middle string. Okay, so that's the chorus. So 4, strum, see what I'm doing there. So you hit the 4, strum, and then it's an up and down on your middle string, and then another strum. Just keeps repeating that pattern. from there, instead of hitting your fourth, you're now going to hit middle open. That's your next root note. And then you go into your G. Okay. So you do this twice. So you do the same thing on a G, but instead of hitting the fourth as your root, you're doing open. And then 1 on your middle, go into your A, back to your 4. And the turnaround is an A. And then turn around, you don't do that pattern. One more time. So that's your chorus. Not your chorus. I think I said chorus a bunch of times. That's your verse. So that's how you do the verse. Then we're going to call this pre-chorus or the bridge. We'll call it the bridge. So the next part is the fourth, the fifth, I don't know the words without them in front of me. So that, you start the same way. And then it's to the G. That funky note, which is a 1, 2. So, oops, I'm watching the camera, I went backwards. So that's those two notes there is like the only time you stop that picking pattern from the chorus, because that or from the verse. That picking pattern goes pretty much throughout, except those two times here. So you hit the G twice, and then that funky A twice. And then you into your B minor. And this you're going to start opening up and you're going to be hitting the high string. To the G. So you're doing your G is 3, 1 open, but halfway through you're going to press down and do 3, 1, 1. And then go to the A. Back to the B minor. I know that's a lot, we're going to go through it again. So once we open up to full chords using the high string, still the same picking pattern, except you're just extending it. So it's the B minor, so basically instead of how we're doing the up and down on that middle string, we're going to be doing an up on the high and a down on the middle. So it's still the same picking pattern, you're just opening it up. So let's do that bridge again. Alright. Then once you come back to that B minor, you're slowing it down again and pretty much going back to the 2 strings for this, for the first time through, because this song builds, right? Doesn't build too much, and actually it the verses are usually always slow, and then that bridge builds, and then the chorus is slowed down again. Not slow down, but less intense. But me being how I like doing when I play is just building it all the way up and then crushing it at the bottom. As I like to build it throughout the song, right, and just more power behind it. As you can see when I did that first video. Alright, so the bridge one more time, nice and slow. Alright, now the chorus. So basically you're trading back and forth between the G, the B minor, the G, D with your bottom 4, and then your A. Those are your chords. But to get the proper melody voicing for the chorus, you're going to be doing your 4 open, 4 on your low, middle open, so, and then into your G. And then you're going to do 1 open. Did I do 4 open? No, not 4 open. 2 open. Into the G. 1 open. To the B minor. So that beginning part again. So you go to the G, then you do the B minor, to the G again, then you do the same thing, but instead of the B minor you're going to that G. So you're not putting the 1st fret in the middle string, it's just 2, 1, 1. Then you slide up. And then you go into the A, back to the D. Not so bad, right? Oh yeah. Oh, camera broke. Okay, so now as you build the song up into a greater intensity, as you build it throughout the song, right? So when you do that first verse, you're just doing the 2 low strings and you're leaving out the high string. So when you come back into the 2nd verse, or even the 3rd verse, you can leave the 1st verse the same it is. You can do whatever you want, actually. You're playing it. But to build up more intensity, when you start playing the verse, and you want to go full fret, or full strings, full chords, exactly the same as when we're doing that bridge part. So it's the same strumming. right-handed there. It's easier when you're playing if you rest your hand. Oh, my camera doesn't go that far down. Come on. Am I tightening up the wrong thing? Or did I strip it out? I'm tightening up the wrong one. Where's I don't know. Let's just bring it up. It's easier when you're playing. If you're picking single notes, to rest your hand right behind the bridge to anchor it. So you're still doing that same rhythm, except you're hitting on the high string. And one thing too, in that, especially important in that verse, is when you're going from the G to the A, you gotta make sure because a lot of times I'll let go and I'll play go from the G. Let's go all the way through it. To hit, it's an open to go to your G, and then it's the 2nd fret, and your A. I'm not doing that right there, but open middle, G, 1st fret, A. Now watch when we get to that. Because if you leave it open, or if you go open too soon and go to your A, it still works. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but it does give you that melody line to come down to, right? That funky A chord too, we do it in the bridge. So that's the 1-2 open. I've been playing different voicings. You can just do a normal A there. I'm not gonna say it doesn't work, but I just found that was the best voicing to go to the next. And then another way that works too is you could do 1, 2, 1. That works as well. But I just like that voicing, so that's why I've been doing it. So the A works. So 1, 0, 1. The A, whatever this is, 1, 2, 1 works. The one I prefer is a 1, 2 open. And then you can go full strum as well. You don't have to hold that picking pattern. Either way works. Lost my pick. the part I forgot. I thought we were going to end it at 20 minutes. At the end of the song, he keeps coming back around to do more of the hallelujahs. And it repeats, I think 4, 5, 20 times, I don't know. But to come back into it, so we do... From that A, right back into, just start it over. And then the last time, just end it. So that works too. Alright. So now my lighting mouse kind of come forward on me. I don't know. Still work in progress. It would be nice if I had a separate tripod for it. Actually, what's better? With the wax paper or without? I don't know if it makes any difference at all. But actually it does, because the LED kind of blinds me without it, so it's pretty good to have it on there. Anyways, that's it. I'm excited about this one. I've been playing this one for about 4 days straight and nothing else. Well, no, I keep going back to Wayward Stranger. I left that one too. But anyways, practice patience, have fun, all that good stuff. We'll see you guys next time.